I'm happy being heavier. I said, who's that, dude? It's like, it's you with all your muscles. Thanks, dude. That skin's a goner. that is end of skin. Guten Morgen. Day 17 of 30. Going to try something a little bit different this morning, actually. I reacquainted myself with a book, which I think I've already put into the links anyway. I think it's just called Grip Strength. Tommy Heslop was one of the writers, or authors of this particular book. And I was laid in bed last night and I thought, I'll just take a little flick through, see if there's any little inside tips as I cross over the halfway point, into this 30-day challenge. And there's some pretty interesting things that I read, actually, or I was reminded of, because I have read the book. And then, well, one of the things, first of all, was, about stretching. And this is so true with any sort of training or working out. Doing static stretches and holds for long periods of time just before you've trained is probably not the best idea. Does it diminish returns on your training? Sometimes it can, dependent upon the individual. So I'm just going to try more dynamic stuff, sort of moving, quick holds, things like this. I'm going to do less warm up. One thing I noticed about, some of the training samples inside of the book was how much less volume the warm-ups were versus what I'm doing. There isn't like 5 sets of extensor work and all this kind of stuff. So I'm just going to reduce the reps down quite a lot, because maybe that's what is reducing my capacity, to be able to attain more strength gains, as the days have gone past. And then the third thing, what was the third thing? So yeah, there was stretching, there was the lowering the reps, and then what was the one other thing? I think those were the two things, actually. Yeah, I thought there was a third one, but yeah. So I'm going to start getting warmed up, just in a slightly different way. I am doing a bit of cardio today. I'm not going to record that. I'm just going to be jumping onto the Concept 2 rower once I've done, my grip training, and that'll be it for my training today. And then I'm just going to be getting into the diary and getting stuck on for work. So again, try not to do too much talking unless stuff's just coming up for me, or unless I think it'd be useful for me to comment on the difference in today's session, just with, the warm-up and the volume. I think as well, let's be really productive and actually chalk up from the beginning. And all I mean by productive is, why not just give my hands the best opportunity to grip down on stuff from the warm-up point? So I'm feeling pretty hulkish these last couple of days. I'm feeling very large, which is nice. Hey, I'm happy being heavier. It might not, because there's a bit of snoring that comes in at a particular weight for me. So what I have to make sure I'm doing, hence why today there's some cardio in there, I have to make sure that I'm still working on some breathing patterns, nasal breathing, and just staying a little bit more active on the cardiovascular side, because I'm bumped, I'm well into like the 18 stone mark now. And, that sort of weight being carried around and not training your cardiovascular system naturally affects the way that you breathe. So I'm going to make sure that, I make that a priority. Okay, let's... The other thing that was really obvious in the book was like, this is just a really polite reminder for me. I've almost been treating my grip training different to how I would try to attain strength, in other parts of my body. I think that's because I'm not just trying to chase down strength with this. There's also some size change I'm looking for some endurance, just overall durability. In this grip strength book, Tommy Heslop is, saying, get away with the most minimum amount of work possible if you can do one working set. A little bit like, the Mike Mentzer, Dorian Yates, way of doing things. If you can get away with doing one set that's stupidly intense, with positive holds and, ridiculous negative, that might be all you need to do, dependent upon how your body adapts to stuff. You might be a person that needs to do 10 sets, 15 sets in order to get the same results. So again, this is good self-experimentation, but I'm actually going to start on the trainer. So I'd normally start on the guide and then move to the sport and then do the trainer third. But I'm actually going to start with 10 reps on this morning to see if actually, do I need to be starting on those grippers at all? Can I just do 10 reps on this, to warm up? I guess we'll see. I guess I've got to imagine in my mind the guide and the sport don't exist. And my only option is to move straight to this one. I guess then you could see it as, well, this one doesn't exist either, and move up to the next one for your warm-up. A little bit like, a barbell, a standard barbell, unless you've got, a ladies version, a standard barbell is 20 kilos. That is the minimum amount of weight you have to start on, to do barbell work. Same thing. Maybe this is my new barbell. And now I've lost count. That feels about right. I am still going to do a couple of sets of IM tugs, but I'm going to start one up. So I'm not going to start number one, I'm going to start on number 2. Easy. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is the new change. Maybe the change is my minimum stuff that I start on is just, a level up. I like the idea of this. This is good. It makes a lot of sense, right? Because if your exposure never goes down below a certain level, then you're always having to adapt, to that new minimum. Interesting. Again, most of this might be really obvious, what I'm saying, but I guess I'm kind of speaking to myself out loud, just while I'm getting into this session. It's like, if you've got a manual job, there's certain minimums that you just have to do. If you're building houses, bricks are a certain size and a certain weight, there's no way around it. There's no point in training, to move those bricks around or lift them and put them places by using half the size and half the weight of brick. You might as well, train on at least the one brick, or at least try to maybe start picking up 2 at the same time, or a pack, of bricks. I am thoroughly enjoying this challenge. I really am. It's really held me accountable to staying so sharply accountable to myself, to doing something active, being thoughtful, about it each day. And obviously documenting it is just another layer within that, personal accountability as well. Right now at the time of recording these videos, I think yesterday's video's got 0 views on it right now. I'm totally cool with that. If right now the only benefit is my own personal accountability and staying on top of, my fitness in the back end of this year, I'm made up. Do you know what I mean? I'm really happy. If the secondary benefits come as other people, being enthused, by the personal accountability, by, grip training, even better. That's made my day even more so. Oh, and here's something cool, actually. Harry brought in a picture into the kitchen the other day. I don't know how well this is gonna focus, but he's drawn a picture. P.S. This is me with my top off. When I'm not recording videos, I'm rarely wearing much clothing. I'm just usually walking around in like my underwear or my shorts, with my top off. And this is, if I stay focused on my face, this is me lifting a weight. This is a boxing bag. I said, who's that, dude? It's like, it's you with all your muscles. Thanks, dude. But we've got a McDonald's down here, so there is balance. Well, that's nice. People talk about, having their children be exposed to, positive environment, positive people, and I think most of Harry's life has known me to be, training and working out just like Elaine does. So that's nice. Okay. I can't remember if there was a half on there. You see, halves, one thing I learned, a while back is these half jumps on the Captains of Crush never used to exist. So you just, move through whole numbers. So because after the trainer that I've just done, there's a half and then a 1 and then a 1.5 and then a 2. It's almost like, do I just pretend like I don't own a half today and just do another 10 reps on a number 1? I don't know. Yeah, fuck it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move straight to a number 1. I'm going to see if we can go for 10 reps. Part of the training philosophy in this book is basically once you can do 10 repetitions on a particular gripper, then that is no longer, the gripper that you want to be doing a lot of training on. Instead, it needs to be the next one up. So I think I can probably get, 10 on this. I can probably get 10 on the 1.5 if I was really going for it. My next sort of challenge, I managed to get 3 consecutive reps on the number 2 yesterday. Super happy with that. So maybe I need to work up in milestone on repetitions for the number 2. Anyway, let's see if I can get 10 on the number 1. And this is a warm-up set. Oh yeah, I can get 10 on this. No problem. Good stuff. Feels nice to be chalked up, through, from the first time I put a gripper in my hand as well. Perfect. That's number 1. I'm going to skip the 1.5 and I'm going to go straight to the number 2. Psychologically, this feels very productive. And yes, let's get a number 3 IM tug under the belt as well. Again, another 10 reps. I think I can do this, no problem. Yeah. That's better. That's a better position. So these little micro adjustments that I'm figuring out for myself as well, as I just spend more and more time, with these things in my hands. Just the way my hands leverage. And also, I try to think about practicality, some of the positions I put my hands in, of how useful it would actually be, in everyday life. All right, that's the number 3 done. I'm just going to take a few minutes of rest now because I'm about to put the number 2 into my hands. So we'll see how this goes. Technically, if I'm going by the philosophy inside of, the book that I keep referencing, I should basically go for maximum reps until I basically can't move, this gripper anymore. It should be an all-out war, basically, is how he describes it, in the book, because that is what is going to give, a signal for adaptation. So we'll see. I think I might do an all-out set on this one. All-out war, he says. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. I feel a bit nervous. Why do I feel nervous? I think probably just because I've just become so accustomed to doing, higher reps and higher volume. I've never been, through, weightlifting, whether that's been the more bodybuilding style or whether it was more of the sort of functional, fitness, like when I was in the military. I was never one really for chasing down 1 rep maxes, to be honest. I was always more interested in the usability of, strength, endurance, and putting those things together with mobility as well. Despite being, over 18 stone and 6'2", I can still lay flat on the floor, like with my legs in funky positions, because I've looked after myself, through the years in those positions as well. I actually have no desire to pick up a maximum weight off the floor and put it back down again. Just does absolutely nothing for me personally. However, attempting to bend a nail with your bare hands, that's a big turn on. All right, stop fucking about. Let's get on with this number 2. How many can I get? Here's the question. Oh, fucking loads, because I'm fucking indestructible. All right then, you bastard. You're my fucking bitch. Oh yeah, that's where I've hit the wall on number 4. Wow. So 3 closes. This close on number 4, and I really felt like I was pushing against a different gripper by rep number 4. So note that. Number 5, I was just like, right, let's just try and get as far as I can. And then number 6 was like the all-out war thing, and then with a hold. So 3 clean reps. 4's going to be challenging, maybe. Remember, it's my nice hand. 5 to keep going, and then 6, with a hold. So that's what I'm looking to repeat on my right hand. Wowzers. You okay, left hand? What have you done to me? I'm sorry. Tommy said it would be okay. It's good. This is exactly what we need to be doing. This is how we build the strength. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, fuck it. Come on. Oh yeah, that was fucking spicy. Okay. Okay, Tommy. I'm listening. I'm fucking listening. And Tommy, I'm sure it is Tommy. There's another guy that wrote the book, but anyway, I'm sure it's Tommy. He's one of the only guys in the world that's ever closed the Captains of Crush number 4. There's very, very few people that have done that. So I've got huge respect for anybody that has any training ideas, philosophies, around how to, build up to that stuff. I'm all ears. And the skin of my hands, it has bunched up. So I don't know if you can see this. Obviously it's trying to focus on my face right now. I'm sorry, camera. I'm asking a lot of you. But yeah, my fingers of where all of the tension was sat have all like bunched up. You know, like if you've pulled sheets up on a bed, and I kind of want to unwrinkle it, but that skin's a goner. that is end of skin. Very interesting. Okay, so yeah, I'm definitely feeling some difference in my hands now. You see, my only concern, you know, my cautious Karen concern, with doing the challenge is the longevity of it. So I can't be cranking out sessions like this every day. Otherwise, I definitely will do something, because I can now feel bordering on a bit of pain. And I don't know if it's just my body like, what the fuck are you fucking doing? You know, are you literally gripping onto something because you're about to die? Or what? But yeah, that feels good. It's a good session, that. Really good. Should I do some like cool down reps? No, I'm actually just going to leave it there. And I'm going to just give you feedback tomorrow on how my hands are feeling. But definitely need to give them an ice bath this morning, just to, give them opportunity to get some fresh blood in and, start working on that inflammation. But there you go. I've listened to the book. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'll give you some feedback tomorrow. Just a quickie today. I hope you're great. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, leave any feedback, if you're following along with any of this stuff, or maybe it's giving you the encouragement to do a little bit of grip strength training yourself. Come and let me know. I'd love to hear about it. See you soon.